What's up, guys? Welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is Jmack Gaming.
Wow. Look at what we got here, Chad. Look at what we got here. Look at what we got here. It's a special Tuesday night episode of Monday Night Raw. And you're probably asking yourself, why are we on Tuesday, Chad? Why are we on Tuesday here? Well, you're gonna have to find out and watch the show to find out, Chad. Let's get into it. We start the only pretty good chemistry right here. The pre-show match of the night. Jushin Liger defeats Steve Corino in 8:56 with a shotei. Chad, pretty good chemistry. Steve Corino, Jushin Liger, Liger 83.
Yeah, you love you love to see it.
Absolutely love to see it. We move on. We start off the show with Shawn Stasiak, and I just alluded to it earlier. We're here on Tuesday, and usually when we go on Tuesday, something major happens where we push back the show, and Shawn Stasiak comes on. He's like, he's a world champion. He says, and he comes out. He's got a brand new clothes on. He's got new drip, Chad. He looks like Seth Rollins right now. He's dressed to the nines, and he says, your champion is still here. And the fans are cheering. Because, a little rumor have gone around that there was a little bidding war for Shawn Stasiak's services, Chad. You want to get into that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. His contract was up, and I sent him an offer, and then Justin sent him a counter offer, and then I sent a counter offer, and then I think and it got to the point to where we both were like, physically can't offer any more money, otherwise we'll bankrupt our companies. So we let him pick, and we were both shocked because somehow when they randomized the attributes of like our player characters, my negotiation is like all the way up. So and we found this out very recently. So I was convinced I was gonna get Stasiak, and Justin was too.
Yeah, I mean that has definitely led to unfortunate circumstances when it comes to bidding wars that WWF have not won one yet, Chad.
Until now.
Yeah, this is the first one. Loyalty over money, Chad. You did offer more money, but as I always preach in real life and in game, loyalty over money. And Shawn Stasiak says, I signed on the dotted line to remain here in the WWF for another year, and the fans cheers. And he says, I did get offered more money, but it's not all about the money, right? I look at this company, I look at what we started here in WWF in this new decade, this new millennium, and I can just see the future. We have such a good thing going here in WWF, led by me, Shawn Stasiak. And I also have a problem that I need to address. And I need to handle with future shock. You see, at Backlash, they came out, Mike Tyson, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton, they came out and attacked me after my match. And, that just doesn't sit well with me. And you know how bad it would look if that happens, they take me out and I sign on the dotted line with another company and I run away from my problems. That would look terrible for the number one most popular wrestler in the world, voted by you, the fans, here at the Izon Center. Cheers. Big pop. So I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay for my loyalty to Vince McMahon. I'm here to stay for my loyalty to you guys, the fans that have gotten me here in this position. But I'm here also to stay to take care of some unfinished business. Now, Mike, I understand you're probably not in the best, of in-ring abilities, and you got two boys back there. You got these two TNA guys, Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton, some unbelievable athletes, and they can work. We saw Brock Lesnar last week win. Apparently, Randy Orton's got a match tonight too. But I feel like I got some problems and issues to deal with them. So how about this, Mike Tyson? How about you come out here next week? You bring your boys to the ring. And how about we settle it in the ring next week like men? Mike, we'll see you there. Sean Stasiak calling out future Shock Chad. He's going to try to take him on 1-on-2 or 1-on-3.
Yes. I was going to have Stasiak versus Jericho at Starrcade, everyone, but we don't get to see that now.
Taka Michinoku starts the show off with a big win over Steve Blackman in 7:51 with the Michinoku driver, Chad.
For Taka Michinoku, I expect big things from him.
Yeah, oh God. I'm dying over here. One sec. Yeah, Taka, came.
What was that?
That was me. I was choking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I could not swallow anything. I couldn't breathe again.
You're okay.
I'm still alive. It's 60 degrees outside. I just realized that, Chad.
It's a warm night. It's a warm Michigan day. Shorts today.
Yeah, Taka, came very close to beating The Rock at Backlash, but gets back in the win column this week against Steve Blackman. We move on. And Mike Tyson is in a remote location with Lesnar, an off-site location, let's say that. He's with Lesnar and Orton. He says, Stasiak, you realize how dumb you are? You see the number? Not only the numbers, but you see these two men behind me? We have the freak himself, the one-of-one Brock Lesnar. And we have Randy Orton, a legitimate superstar. Sean. We must have my one-hit KO must have put some CTE in you or something, because you're out of your league right here, Sean. I'll accept it. We'll see you in the ring next week, and do you want to? If you come out there by yourself, Sean, you're just another dead man walking. We move on. Quebecers take on Stash and Stud, Chad. The Stash and Stud are interim Raw Tag Team Champions when they won the interim belts at Backlash. They defeat the Quebecers this week. But then after the match, Sultan and Joey Matthews comes out, Chad.
Ooh, they're back.
Now, Sultan, still injured, still nursing his shoulder. But Joey Matthews, he's got on the mic. He says, hey, don't go celebrating. Don't go, go out and party with those belts for too long. All right? Because at Over the Edge, Sultan will be medically cleared. So how about this? How about we have the match we were supposed to have at Backlash for the unification of these two belts? Firehouse, Stash and Stud, you guys got your little fake title reign out of the way, okay? It's time for the real big boys of the tag division to take the belts back. Oh, so we're finally getting Firehouse and Stash and Stud at OTE 2000. Chad, how do you feel about that?
It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be good.
Do you miss Stash and Stud? Do you miss Riggs and Hammer?
I miss them now that they're Stash and Stud. Do I miss Riggs and Hammer? No. Do I miss Scott
Hammer?
Major Stash? Yes.
We move on. These two actually, they're not supposed to be in the. Oh, damn! Now I'm realizing my stories don't make sense because they're here tonight, Lesnar and Orton. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Surprise! They were here the whole time.
Surprise! This was pre-taped, Sean. This is pre-taped.
They beat them at a bar.
Yeah, this was a bar match because it's Mark Mero and Dan Severn. They have no chemistry of team, and this match kind of stunk. But we'll get there. Lesnar and Orton get the win though when Lesnar pins Dan Severn after an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Oh boy. Last week we saw a 5-star classic between these two men. A Backlash rematch, or Backlash Classic is what they called it. A callback to the Backlash 98 or 99. But here they are. They're backstage in Austin's. They're bickering at each other. And Vince says, hey, as much as I would love to see you guys work each other again, how about you guys, I have a better way of you guys settling your differences with each other. How about you learn to like each other? Yeah. How about you love to love each other? Yeah, and what's the best way to do that than to tag with each other? So
Oh,
how about
hell
tonight,
yeah.
Austin and Rock? You guys will main event tonight, and you guys will team together. And I want to see the best out of these. I want you guys to get it together. All right. I'm sick of everyone fighting each other, especially my two top talents like you and The Rock, Austin. Okay. Learn to love each other. Learn to respect each other. Tag tonight, and we'll see what we can get done. We move on. It's Shamrock and New Jack. Ken Shamrock defeats New Jack at 7:03 with a belly to belly suplex. Chad, what do you New Jack here in WWF?
Oh man, what a signing.
Do you miss New Jack?
Oh, not really.
Oh, you should. After the match,
No disrespect. Rest in peace.
Ken Shamrock stands on New Jack's body and says, "Hey, Mark, look what I did to New Jack. Over the edge, I'll do the same to you."
What I did to New Jack.
Oh, he got really old there.
Look at what I did to this young kid, New Jack.
Our co-main event of the night, Ace Steel defeats Big Boss Man with a steel spike, Chad. Big win for the European champion. Going into it, remember last week we saw a battle royal to determine the number one contender for that European championship, and it was King Iakea. King Iakea's first major thing he's done in WWF. And he comes out and he attacks Ace Steel. Lays him out.
No. Oh man.
Lays him out.
Lays him out. Prince Ikea. I think it's the first major thing he's done his whole career.
Yeah. We move on to our main event of the night, Chad. Can you guess who Stone Cold and The Rock are teaming up to take on?
Oh man. Roadkill and Alex Wright.
That would be crazy. Roadkill's on SmackDown and Alex Wright is in your company. They take on everyone's. Oh my God! Excellent chemistry teaming together.
Wow. Looks like we found. Man, where were they when the Brothers of Destruction were tag team champions?
Pull the curtains back. In my first ever rough draft for WrestleMania 2000, which I made the day after WrestleMania 1999, which was probably a year and a half ago in real time. That was the match that was written down.
That was Rock and Stone Cold versus Kidman and Taker.
Yep, that was the match I had written down.
I'm trying to think of a way to like combine like Stone Cold and Rock. Like they're both like
the Boulders.
Yeah, they're both like stone-based names. So I'm trying to think of like a way you can combine them together.
Geodudes.
the gravel guys.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, but they got a big win against Carlito and Primo. They got an 83, and they're still bickering with each other because the finish of that match was Stone Cold hit a stunner right on Carlito, and he's about to. He falls on his hands and he gets down to Primo's face. He's flipping him off. He gets back up, and Rock slaps Austin on the back and tags himself in and pins him right then and there. And that was the match. And they're not, Rock steals the win right there, but he's not happy about it. Austin's not happy, but they get the win. They get the win.
How the hell did you take my pin, Rock? What?
And that, 86 right there, Chad. An 86.
Yeah.
We got Rock and Austin teaming together, get excellent chemistry.
I'm intrigued by Rock and Stone Cold teaming. That
is something else. We got Brock and Orton teaming together.
Brock Orton versus Rock and Austin. Hell yeah.
Oh, let's go. New Jack's here.
Oh, New Jack.
We got a lot going on here at Raw, Chad, but this shit doesn't happen if I don't have a brand split,
Right.
I'd love to see it. We'll see you guys for Nitro, though. Let's jump right into it right now.
All right, everyone. We are here with WCW Monday Nitro. That's right. Your prayers have been answered. The A's show is here, and we are getting ready to kick it off, Justin. Aren't you excited for Nitro?
Oh, were you saying something?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. I was shining off another 100 rated match I just had last week.
Well, you live in the past. You gotta live in the present.
What was that? Sorry, I was shining off my 2 Show of the Year awards.
It's again living in the past. You gotta live in the present. I'm gonna gift you a present with
What's
this nitro.
well? Sorry, I was shining off the extension I just gave Sean Stasiak.
It's the past.
And he's going to be the present and the future.
It's the past. We start the show off. Kevin Nash. He shows up. He's wearing he's in a full suit from the Syndicate. Grabs a microphone and he says, "I know all of you were wondering why I joined Scott Steiner and the Syndicate. No, it just so happens I was part of the NWO, and then I left the NWO, and then me and Scott Hall formed the Wolf Pack, and I left the Wolf Pack. Now I'm here in this group. People are saying, Scott or Kev, why'd you do that? Do you need a big group to get over?" To them, I say, "You're a dumb idiot. I'm Kevin Nash. I'm always over. No, I've got in the Syndicate simply because I believe everything that Steiner was saying. Listen, the guy may be a lunatic. He makes valid points, all right? We're losing our spots, brother. We're losing our spots to guys who they just don't have the look. Take Rey Mysterio. I mean, guy is like the size of like half my leg, right? And he wears a mask to cover his face. Can't be the face of your company. He's our world champion." So Scott asked if I wanted to join the group and protect my spot. I make way too much money. I like the money to risk losing it to a guy who looks like a Power Ranger. So opportunity came. You're damn right I joined. Now I'm in the Syndicate. Now I've got an opportunity to win the world title at Clash of Champions. My first world title, by the way. I tried to be the nice guy. I tried to do things the right way. I was in a program with DDP, who also, by the way, got sick of being passed over by cruiserweights and losing his spot, and he also joined the Syndicate. But I tried to do it the right way, you know. I tried to earn my way in. I realized the best way for me to win my title and the best way for me to make most of my career is by taking what I want. And so, Ray, I'm going to take what I want, which is your world championship and your spot. And then Ray's music hits, and Ray says, "You know what, Kev? The thing. I'd fight you right now. If it wasn't for the fact that Sylvester Stallone told both of us before this show went on air that you and I we couldn't lock up until Clash of Champions. That's the only thing stopping me from running down this ramp and doing to you what I did to Raven, doing what I did to Scott. I'm not afraid to stand up to you because you're a bully, Kev. And when you stand up to bullies, listen, there's an old saying: the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Clash of Champions, I'm going to be a lumberjack chopping down a big oak tree as it falls down in the middle of the ring. Ev, you do not have what it takes to beat me because I'm the world champion and I've earned it and I've proved it time and time again. And you and the Syndicate, it's only a matter of time before a group rises up to beat you because that's what people do. When there's bullies, when there's bad guys, good people team up and they take out those bad guys. It's only a matter of time before something like that happens. Maybe you should be the one watching your back. Because I'm coming for you, Kevin. I'm going to retain this championship at Clash of Champions, and I'm going to send you packing. It's that promo.
There we go. Got the crowd hot.
Oh, well, could you not be? This fatal four-way match. We've got representatives from all kinds of different countries. We've got Alex Wright, Lance Storm, Fit Finlay, and Sensei Savage. The winner of this match will take on Owen Hart for the Global Championship at Clash of Champions. Because, Justin, of course, every championship is on the line. In a decent match, Sensei Savage defeated Lance Storm, Fit Finlay, and Alex Wright when Sensei Savage pinned Fit Finlay with a flying elbow drop. It's going to be Sensei Savage taking on Owen Hart.
That should be good, Chad. Should be good.
And then Randy grabs a microphone and he says, Owen Hart, at Clash of Champions, I take you on one in this ring. Listen, I've locked up with your brother a time or two. I won a couple, and he won a couple. Brett, Owen, whichever Hart I step in the ring with, only going to be a matter of time before the cream rises to the top. Listen, right at Clash of Champions, you're not going to get wacky Randy Savage who does his catchphrases and oh yeah and runs around and poses and does all of these things that become accustomed to. No, Owen, at Clash of Champions, you're going to get a special type of Randy Savage. You're going to get the madness. You're going to have the madness, Owen, come down on you when I take that belt and I become a long line of people, Owen, who have actually been able to beat you lately, from Raven to Chris Canyon to Randy Savage himself. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you, Owen, and I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm gonna make you run back to Titan Tower with your tails between your legs. Oh, yeah, and when you get there, you tell that guy who just signed that contract that it's a good thing he did, because I'd be coming for his title too if he would have brought it over here, because this is the land of the greats, and Randy Savage is a great, and you, Owen Hart, you're just too late. Ooh, yeah. Look at that promo, Justin.
Too Cold Scorpion taking on
Too Cool taking on thrown together team of Just Incredible and D'Lo Brown, and in a poor match, Too Cool defeats Credible and D'Lo Brown. When Scott Johnny pinned D'Lo Brown with a pile driver.
Come home, D'Lo. Come home.
After the match, Too Cool, they dance.
Big dancing boys here.
Big dancing boys. They love to have fun. They're backstage. Scott, Steiner, Diamond Dallas Page, and Goldberg. They're smoking cigars. They've got women all over them, and they're playing poker. They're just having fun backstage. And Steiner, he's wagering off. He's got a big stack of poker chips, and in the middle of the poker chips, he's also got Psychosis and Juventude's masks. And he's like, I'm all in, everyone. Look at me, ha! And he's like, and they're laughing, and like Diamond Dallas Page is like burning cigar holes through the masks. Like they're just being very disrespectful. These two luchadors' masks, and Billy Kidman shows up. He says, "You know what, Scott?" He says, I'm one of those cruiserweights that you talk down on. I'm one of those guys that has to fight and claw their way to get anything. Listen, I've been able to break that ceiling. I've had U.S. championships. I've had TV titles. I've had tag titles, and I've had cruiserweight titles. But listen here, Scott. All right, the one thing that I haven't been given yet is an opportunity at the World Championship. And the reason why is because I always get overlooked by guys who are bigger than me. Guys who are better than you. No, Scott. Guys who are bigger, ruder, louder, and quite frankly, dumber. All right? There are very few people who can hang with me in the ring. There are very few people who can out-wrestle me, outwork me. I'm one of the best. It's like Chef and Hoovy. It's like Ray. It's like all the cruiserweights. We bust our ass. And if someone has to get that through your thick, thick skull, Scott, then why not let it be me? How about this? How about you want to prove, Scott, that we don't belong here, and I want to prove that you don't belong here. So how about in the main event tonight, Scott, you and I, we wrestle. And if I win, Scott, then how about you put that title on the line against me next week? And Scott, Diamond Dallas Page and Goldberg, they laugh. And Scott says, "You know what, Billy? You're on. It's going to be the easiest match of my life." Billy Kidman versus Scott Steiner tonight.
Yeah, should be a good one.
A good one. Should be a real banger. And a bangers. A decent match. Bubba Ray Dudley defeats James Mariota with a powerbomb. Makes defense number 8. The hardcore title.
Yeah, pretty decent match right there, I guess. Good for Bubba.
Good for Bubba. But he is then attacked by Reverend Devon, his old tag team partner, Justin. He jumped him from behind, and he points to the hardcore title, and he challenges him to a match at Clash of Champions.
Yeah, I mean, Reverend Devon performed poorly in this segment. I mean, he's not. I don't know, Chad. He's not there yet. Not there.
Yeah.
A little jump the gun here, but it's Devon versus Bubba.
I don't know who I didn't have anyone else who I realistically have had him face for the hardcore title that he hasn't already beaten. So we jumped this a little bit. Also, whatever.
Trying to think who else could have been.
Now that I've booked this, I have a couple ideas that just popped into my head. So that's timely.
You want to shoot him out?
I don't know. I mean, Matt Hardy, like
I immediately thought one of the Hardys. Yeah,
the Hardys could have done it.
But you don't want one of the Hardys to lose, so it's like
no, and that's the thing, right? There are people that could face him, but I don't want him to. I mean, who knows? Reverend might not lose. What better way to push Reverend Devon than having him pick up a win against Bubba?
True.
And in a decent match, the singles match, Taz defeats Conan with a T-bone suplex. Taz back on the winning path, Justin.
Yeah, good little match for good little match for little boy Taz.
Got a 71. You love to see it.
Yeah.
And we have our women's match. Now remember, there's going to be a women's championship match at Clash of Champions, and there's going to be a series of singles matches. It's going to determine who faces off in that championship match. And in this match, 24/7 champion Chyna defeats Lita with a power bomb.
Big power bomb to Lita right there, Chad.
Yeah. So Chyna grabs a microphone. She says, "There's a women's championship match at Clash of Champions, and there's no stronger, more athletic, no better woman on this roster than me. I've held championships that men have held, the TV title, the 24/7 championship. I've been wrestling with the men before these women ever got here. So if you want to have somebody represent this women's division, if you want to represent somebody and be a champion, well, look no further than me, because I am the women's division." But Sylvester Stallone comes out, says, "You know what, Chyna, I'm not disagreeing with you. You've definitely one of the best athletes we have here, and I genuinely believe that. I think you could go toe-to-toe with anyone on this roster. Look, the 24/7 champion. Clash of Champions, every single belt is on the line. A women's championship, it's a big deal. It's prestigious. Don't want to overshadow it by also having the 24/7 championship on the line in the same match. So listen, I know you're not going to like what I'm about to tell you. You are not going to compete for the women's championship at Clash of Champions."
Wow. Okay.
Because you're going to be defending that 24/7 championship.
Oh.
And Chyna is pissed. Chyna is mad as hell. She's like throwing a tantrum. She went to the announce desk and like ripped out the monitor. She like flipped the table covering. She's mad as hell. And Stallone's like, "I know you're upset. Listen, I know you're upset, but listen, Chyna, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to really to wow people. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to really impress people because you're gonna defend the 24/7 championship, Chyna, a 24/7 battle royal. That's right. It's going to be you and 15 other WCW superstars in that ring, and the winner is the 24/7 champion. Think you could beat 14 other people, and Chyna's not even having it. Chyna's mad as hell. Chyna just tears the ringside apart. She's mad. He actually has to have security try to escort her out, and she's beating up security. She's just not having it. She leaves on her own accord, but she is mad as hell. And Justin, do you blame her?
No, not at all. I think this is a dumb ruling. I don't know why she can't just have 2 matches.
We'll have to see.
No, yeah. All right.
We are backstage, and Jericho and Ahmed, they're hyping up their match against Sick Boy and Low D. And Jericho says, Ahmed, Sick Boy and Low D won the number one contenders match. I honestly thought this was going to be a walk in the park. Listen, I've been impressing everyone as of late. I mean, people are bringing Sick Boy and Low D signs. I mean, listen, you can hear them chant Low D, and then people start cheering Low for Low D. Like, Ahmed, you know what I don't hear a lot of? I don't hear a lot of
Sick boy, sick boy.
I don't hear a lot of Sick Boy chants. Ahmed, listen, me and you, we're the best of the best. We got Ahmed fans, we got Jericho fans. Listen, people love Ahmed, former world champion. He comes down to the ring, people are chanting Ahmed. Every time he powerbombs someone, big pop from the crowd. People love me. I mean, what's not to love? I'm Chris Jericho. But I'm not hearing much of Sick Boy at all. And if you ask me, Ahmed, I think Low D could probably do better being by himself. Don't you think so, Ahmed? Yeah, Chris, I think so. I mean, listen, you and I, we're former Universal champions. We're world champions, separate. Together, we're better than ever. Makes you wonder, Jericho. I'm gonna give you on the flip side. People aren't cheering for Sick Boy and they're cheering for Low D, but Sick Boy's held gold and Low D hasn't. He did that on his own. Sick Boy better off without Low D? Jericho's like, it's a great counterpoint on that. I don't know. Maybe you know what? I need time to think about that. And I think the crowd should take time to think about it. And I think Sick Boy and Low D, who are watching right now, I think they should take a week to think about it. Then Jericho gives like a very cocky smile and winks at the camera, and he says, "See you guys next week." Jericho and Ahmed trying to put some mind games.
What the hell's going on? They're trying to break up Sick Boy and Low D?
Mind games with Sick Boy and Low D.
Are they afraid of Sick Boy and Low D?
I don't know. I mean, would you?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Not if I'm the best of the best.
And our main event, and about to have great wrestling and good heat. Scott Steiner defeats Billy Kidman. 17:59. Frankensteiner.
Yeah, I mean, 88. Can't really be mad at that right there.
Billy Kidman fought tooth and nail, but he just couldn't get it done. I mean, Scott Steiner, he's the world champion for a reason,
Kidman getting 74s after really not doing anything for the last, let's say, 4 months. Pretty good.
Love to see it. You love to see it.
Love to see it. That's the end of Nitro right there, 88. Barely squeaks out a, win. Barely squeaks out a win overall, which, main evented with Carlito and Primo. So,
Billy Kidman in the main event. It's good.
Are you really gonna compare Kidman with Carlito and Primo?
Okay, but you also had The Rock and Stone Cold on the other side of the ring, so
Kidman got a 74. Primo got a 37.
True.
Let's hold the phone over there, buddy. You had two good talents. You had two good ring masters.
I mean, you're right. Yeah.
And I had
Shining Stars are abysmal. I knew Steiner Kidman was going to be good.
I love Carlito and Primo, but come on now, bud. Come on now. I can't wait for someone to sign Carlito or Carly Colon and try to rename him Carlito, and I'm going to
We are Chains. My name's Change. I spit in the face of people who do not want to be cool.
All right, we'll see you for SmackDown, boys and girls. We got a big SmackDown ahead of you. We'll see you there.
All right, we are back. Justin, have you checked in?
Where am I checking in, Chad?
SmackDown Hotel.
They were all filled. No vacancies.
Oh, no.
What do I do now?
There's a Best Western that's right across the street from the SmackDown Hotel.
Well,
and they've got a really good breakfast in the morning too.
That goes against my ideology.
Oh.
I only stay at Red Roof Inns.
Well, they got one of those down the road.
What are you, the hotel expert?
Yeah.
Good for you, Chad. We start off With PJ Black and Johnny Swinger. Decent little match right here in the pre-show chat. Our United States champion getting a nice little win against Johnny Swinger. And then, they celebrate with the crowd. Remember last week, Test took out PJ Black and Stephanie, so I have to turn them babyface. Oh, that didn't go well. Poor Steph. Poor Steph.
Didn't Steph like just turn heel?
Yes, because I never turned her heel to begin with, so it's.
I know, but that's probably why I didn't go over well, right?
Yeah, whatever. She's not the main one I'm pushing. It's PJ. Ooh, here we go. We start off SmackDown with a big 1-0-0 with your boy, sick boy, Bryan Danielson. Yeah, give me sick boy Danielson at Starrcade, brother.
That would mean Bryan Danielson is in WCW. So I'll take that.
No, that's when we just decide to end the war and we have a super show.
Oh, okay.
That won't ever happen. Maybe one day. We could have our dream matches before everyone gets out of their prime. Stasiak, Jericho,
Taker, and Sting.
I said dream matches.
Oh.
I don't want to watch Taker destroy Sting.
Okay.
We start off the SmackDown though with Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Bryan Danielson. Remember, Triple H came back. Danielson's been around a little bit. And, Shawn Michaels is really kind of trying to take him under his wing, trying to, replace Billy Gunn, per se. DX has always been a 4-man group. Kurt Angle was around, too. You could replace Kurt Angle with Bryan Danielson, at the same time. But last week, Triple H and Bryan had their little, little
tiff.
Their little tiff, and they fought, and Shawn Michaels just to say, don't worry about Bryan. He's with me. Okay, me and him, we tagged before. We're tag again. We're tagging again tonight. It's not like I brought him in to undermine you, Hunter. I didn't bring him in for him to win the belt. Okay, we're just here. He's just my underlying, understudy. He's my little prodigy. I trained him. He came from my training school. All right, he's my guy. And you got to worry about Eddie and his rematch. This is, you got bigger fish to fry than little Bryan Danielson. So yeah, Shawn Michaels and Danielson tagging the night, Chad. Who are they gonna beat? Yeah. Who are they going on? Who are they fighting tonight, Chad? We're gonna find
probably.
out. Okay. We're gonna find out later tonight because Mystico and Caprice Coleman take on TNT, and about that, decent wrestling. Mystico and Caprice Coleman defeat TNT in 10-13 when Mystico pins Amazing Red with La Mystico. Remember, it's Mystico taking on Tyson at Over the Edge. And TNT, former tag team contenders, they did fight at Backlash. They wrestled on Backlash for the titles. As Mystico's walking to the back, he's walking up the ramp. The Titantron, it shows a video feed from one of the cameras. Tyson has laid out half of the locker room, the light heavyweight locker room, including a gala and great Sasuke, Chad. And Mystico's not happy about it. He runs to the back to go help his fallen friends.
I don't blame him.
Tyson taking out the locker room. We move on our second match of the night. Kid Cash taking on Pitbull number 2, Chad. Pitbull number 2 making his debut here on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Big win. We're turning into ECW a little bit, but Kid Cash, big dead level in 809 gets the big win.
A debut of Pitbull number 2.
We move on. It's Test. I gotta remind myself to not book anyone just on a menace. Test just says PJ Black. You were my least favorite member of TNA this whole time. Ever since you and Stephanie were together, you guys were just, you're just trying to, you know what, PJ? You were just trying to sleep your way to the top, buddy. That's why you're the United States champion. That's why you've gotten everything in this company so far. You're with the boss's daughter. You know what, PJ? When I hit this big boot on you, and I take that United States Championship, I might as well take Stephanie too.
Oh.
I'm gonna take your girl, Mister. Steal your girl and then give her right back. Test Andrew Martin. We move on. Bryan Danielson and Shawn Michaels take on our tag team champions of SmackDown, Chad, in a non-title match. And Shawn Michaels and Bryan Danielson pinned Steve Ray with a cattle mutilation, Chad.
Oh, hell yeah, here we go.
Shawn Michaels carrying the match in-ring performance, but you know what? This got a 77.
Yeah.
But Shawn Michaels and Danielson getting a non-title win over the champs. What does this mean moving forward for the tag team division?
Let's say, listen, we got some number one contenders.
Yeah, it sounds like we got some number one contenders. Eddie Guerrero is backstage with the GM of SmackDown, Eric Bischoff, and he's just, he's begging for the rematch tonight. He's ready for it now, Eddie's he's ready for that rematch against Triple H, and Eric's like, oh, hold up. I'm a man of business. All right, I'm a man of money. I'm a man of trying to get the best out of the business, trying to draw in the most fans. The rematch between you and Hunter, it doesn't make sense right now. There's not enough hype. There's not enough build. There's not enough excitement for it. So yes, you'll get your title match. You'll get the rematch, but we'll build it. We'll build it for over the edge. You guys already had a classic. What better way to main event another pay-per-view with my top guys, Eddie Guerrero and Triple H. And Eddie's like, "What? I'm ready now, buddy. I'm boss. I'm ready now." And Paul White steps into the locker or the office. He's like, don't make me stick Paul White on you, Eddie."
No.
He's still mad that you had to hit him with a chair to beat him. Paul White's like, he's still stitched up. He got busted open a month ago from Eddie Guerrero's chair shot, and he's not happy about it. And then he's like, yeah, okay. Well, I'll leave. My bad. Speaking of Paul White, he takes on Savio Vega right now, and he defeats Savio Vega in 9:42 with a choke slam. Paul White 81.
Yeah.
He's there. A month of just dominating jobbers. Paul White. He's ready.
Yeah, the face of SmackDown.
Backstage, Stevie Ray and Booker T in the locker room. They're just, warming up. They're lifting weights. They're doing their thing. And Bam Bam comes back. Bam Bam's been hurt for a little bit. And Booker's like, Bam Bam, you're back. And Bam Bam's like, yeah, I made it back. Fellas, I'm sorry that I was gone for a little bit. I'm glad you guys got the win at Backlash. Hell yeah. Team WCW for life. Booker T and Stevie Ray like, Team WCW for life. Speaking of which, Ric Flair. He calls on Ricky Steamboat, and he goes over like the classic matches they had back in WCW back in the day. Was it Clash of Champions? Oh, I'm gonna look like a bad wrestling fan if I don't know that match. Oh, Flair and Steamboat. What was it, 85 or 87? Oh, I'm a bad.
I don't fucking know.
Come on, Chad. You're supposed to know.
I know what happened.
So how about one last time?
I know I wasn't alive for it.
How about one last time, Ricky? For old time's sakes. You know what? And Ricky's like, hey, you're on. You're on. And like, I'm so confident, Ric Flair. I'm so confident that I could beat you, Flair. I'm putting my career on the line. Flair's like, hey, woo. I get the win at Over the Edge and take out Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm in. And they shake hands. It's Flair and Steamboat. If Steamboat loses, he will retire from in-ring action, Chad.
Man, hell yeah.
We have our co-main of the night. It's Edge and Ultimo Dragon. And Edge gets a nice little win. Gets a W here by pinning Ultimo Dragon in 14-12 with that patented missile dropkick. I'm gonna hit you with a missile dropkick one day, Chad. That's it, just to laugh. Cool. You know when Chad's tired when it's just.
I'm just picturing you and me attempting drop kicks. It wouldn't go over well.
I'm a freak athlete, Chad.
Listen, we're both specimens of athletes.
We move on. It's our main event of the night. I forgot to this was set up in the Eddie Bischoff. It was supposed to be where Bischoff says, "How about you go deal with Road Dogg tonight?" Forgot to deal with that earlier. It's 5 a.m. I'm tired. But yeah, Eddie defeats Road Dogg with a frog splash, and then after the match, they do their thing. They stare down again. Eddie Triple H rematch over the edge. 88. How the fuck did it get an 88?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna complain, but like that's not an 88 show. That's not an 88 show. I know that's an 85. It's an 84. That's a green show right there. Hey, but we're still doing blues even with the brand split. I can't be mad at that.
Oh, it's better than I did.
It's better than you did. You lost your TV show.
So early. It's early in the brand split, brother.
Yeah, but is it? Is it?
Still early.
Look, we'll speak of the brand splits. We'll get into Thunder. Let's watch. Let's see how good SmackDown is compared to Thunder.
All right, everyone. We are here with Thunder, and I have a show for you today, and I am excited. Jump into it. Justin, how are you in the short time since in between these recordings?
I'm doing great, Chad. I'm living life, just enjoying life.
Good.
How are you, Chad?
I'm good. We usually how these go is there's only a couple of seconds in between because we do them, but we took a break from in between Thunder this week from the rest of the recordings because I was tired and needed to go to sleep, and we had a whole day in between. I know. Revolution was tonight.
Yeah. Boy, it was cool, and then it got really boring.
The main event. Did you watch the main event?
Chad, I told you. I turned it off after.
You should go. You should go back and watch Hangman Cole. It was really good.
Yeah, but I don't care about it. That's a match you're gonna need to watch the story before. You can't just.
They have a pretty sick video package beforehand that could tell you everything you need to know.
The only match I liked was the ladder match because I felt like there was no story before that. So it was 6 guys beating each other up. That was pretty cool.
Wardlow won.
I like Wardlow.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't know about good, but he's cool.
All right, let's jump into the show.
Let's talk about how
that was our Revolution. That was our Revolution review. And in a pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling, not just bad wrestling, terrible wrestling. And I blame Too Cold Scorpio. A non-existing crowd heat. Abyss defeated Too Cold Scorpio in 537 with a shock treatment.
I think this match did bad because someone got hurt.
Oh no. Who got hurt? Oh no, a sprained ankle. Abyss, no. Oh no. And in a pre-show bout that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, D'Lo Brown defeated Jamie Noble with the lowdown.
Hell yeah, D'Lo Brown. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. How does it feel that you try to push Jamie Noble and he's still losing to D'Lo Brown?
What's he putting on for matches?
48.
48. Okay.
Why do you...
He's I don't know. Anyway,
don't give up on him.
I'm not giving up on him. And I don't know. Next, we're starting the show. Starting the show. So we said we wouldn't start as many shows with a promo.
But
this is not one of those. This is not one of those shows. Billy Kidman comes out and he's still selling his match from Nitro when he took on Scott Steiner, and he says, Monday night, I had Scott Steiner right where I wanted him, and I would have won if it wasn't for the cheating tactics between him and the Syndicate. You see, Scott Steiner and all these guys, they say that they are the true wrestler's wrestler. When you think of a pro wrestler, you think of the Syndicate. Let me tell you something. If they were as good as they said they were, and if the cruiserweights, if I wasn't as good as I think I was, or I think I am, it would need to result to cheating. which then made me think we need to form a group to fight back. We need to make a stand. We need a faction of our own. So I went into the locker room and I found some cruiserweights that have had enough of Scott Steiner, have had enough of the Syndicate, want to fight for Hoovy, fight for Chef, and fight for all you fans. We are Limitless. And then the Hardy Boys walk down the ramp. Christopher Daniels walks down the ramp. The Cruiserweight Champion AJ Styles runs down the ramp. He actually beats everyone there. He's running so fast. And then he goes, now this alone is a group full of fast, high-flying, wonderful professional wrestlers. The future of this company is standing right here in this ring. We're not done yet because, you see, if we want to beat the Syndicate, we're going to need one of a kind. Van Dam's music hits. The #1 contender for the Universal Championship, taking on Scott Steiner at Clash of Champions. He gets in the ring, he grabs a microphone, and he says, Syndicate, it's time someone finally shut your mouth. That's exactly what we're going to do, because guess what? The main event tonight, you take 2 of your Syndicate members. You're going to take on Limitless. But here's the thing. Just like you guys did with Kevin Nash, surprised us with him joining the Syndicate, we have another member too. We have another member of Limitless, and you're going to find out who they are in the main event tonight, because you're going to go, 2 of you are going to take on 2 of us. One of a kind, Rob Van Dam, Mr. WCW himself, that mystery member of Limitless. So we'll see you tonight in the main event. Justin, Limitless.
Yeah, they're here. I'll keep my opinions on them off air.
And we have a bout that had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Minoru Suzuki defeats Evan Courageous in 7:34 by submission.
Yeah. This match, the crowd was turned off because, like SmackDown and Raw, pre-show workers, Chad.
Hey, listen. Minoru will rack up some wins maybe, and he won't be considered a pre-show guy anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. They do have great chemistry, so that's kind of saved this match.
Oh, right on. Hell yeah.
It saved it, but it's still got only a 42.
Yeah, fair, but that's why it's the opener. Scott Steiner's backstage. He's actually in the weight room, and he's like one-arm deadlifting. And then he's like one-arm deadlifting, and then he's like doing like curls, or not curls, but like he's like lifting like, but instead of like dumbbells, he's like doing it with like the championship belt. And they're like, Scott, what do you think of this new group, Limitless? And he goes, who? Scott, look, new group, Rob Van Dam, Billy Kidman, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, the Hardy Boys. When the fuck did this happen? I've been back here working out the whole time. I didn't even see it. Yeah, it was just now. 2 members of the Syndicate are going to take on 2 of them, and one of them's a mystery. One of them's a mystery? Yeah, yes. And then Scott Steiner throws the weights down, and he goes, do you think I give a damn? I'm too busy lifting weights, trying to be the champion of the wrestlers. All right, listen to me. And he grabs the reporter, and he takes his microphone and he chucks it across the gym and says, this bitch just never gets old. Now listen, I don't give a damn who the hidden member of that new group is. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, we're nothing more than a bunch of curtain-jerking mid-carders, and we are the main event. So what 2 members of Syndicate are going to face off? I'll give them the Icon Sting, and I'll give them Diamond Dallas Page. Good luck beating them. He's the Icon. He's Diamond Dallas Page. They're the Syndicate, which automatically makes them better than any member of this Pee-wee League known as Limitless. And he spits and then goes back to working out again. Ooh, got a 52. So, we have here 2 Cool, and they're taking on the NXT Tag Team Champions. I called them up to see how well they would do, and they didn't do too bad. I mean, Eric Young got a 37, so that's not
a 27 and a 26.
Oh, that's
so.
that's a okay. So they actually did terrible.
Yeah, they didn't. They got carried in this match hard.
Okay. Hey, listen, that's the workhorses of Brian Christopher and Scotty 2 Hotty carried them to a 52. Good to know. Well, I hope you all enjoyed seeing them this tonight because you probably won't see them for a while.
Yeah.
But they did a 52 and they took on Too Cool.
They didn't get a 52. Too Cool got a 52.
52 Cool. Backstage, Mick Foley, of course, the man who will challenge Stardust for the television championship at Clash of Champions.
Hey,
He's
brother.
not. Clash of Clans hasn't been invented yet. It's a wonderful mobile game. Six shows up and Six says, "Listen, Stardust and Scott Hall. They're going to try everything they can to keep that belt. So I just want to let you know again, Mick, I've got your back at Clash of Champions, and I've got your back tonight." Mick says, "Oh, that's good to hear because I'm going one-on-one with Scott Hall tonight, right here in Bloomington Assembly Hall in Indiana."
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He just walks away. And that was the whole promo. Mick Foley versus Scott Hall tonight. But we've got here two women, Justin, who have been some of the best in our blossoming women's division. And a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat.
Yep.
Judy Suzuki drew with Debbie Malenko. The match ended in chaos. And you know who that chaos was? That chaos was Chyna. Because Chyna showed up and beat them both down. Like Judy Suzuki had Debbie in a submission. So and then Chyna just ran in, chair, and just started clobbering them both with a chair while they were in the middle of the match. Chyna beats them both down. She's mad. She's upset that she's not going to have an opportunity to win the women's championship. She thinks she's owed that, and so she's gonna try to take out two of the best of this division. If she can't have it, no one can.
Interesting
Indeed. And we have a decent match here. Shane Helms defeated Shane Douglas. It was the battle of the Shane. Shane O'Mac wasn't here. We couldn't get the other company to free him up for a night. But we got Shane Helms versus Shane Douglas. Shane Helms gets the win.
That he does with a vertebreaker in 11:24. Decent little match, 67.
Yes, and then being the master promo that he is, he decides to cut a promo. And he says, at Clash of Champions, I'm taking on AJ Styles for the Cruiserweight Championship. And it's being completely overshadowed by this Limitless versus Syndicate bullshit. Listen, I wasn't invited into this group, which tells me that this group is overrated, not talented, and won't win against this war that they're doing with these wrestling legends. AJ, I hope you're putting all your time and your effort into this little group, into avenging Chef Psychosis and Hoovy. Chef and Hoovy, what the hell have they done for us, honestly, except for take spots from us? What have they done? Besides, take main events, take championships, and take time on television. They've done nothing. And yet we treat them like they're these gods. They're legends. They're not. They're two guys that got a lot uglier because they don't have their masks on anymore. They're nothing but overrated, washed up wrestlers who who Chef doesn't even have his championship anymore. They're nothing. And AJ, you want to be just like them? Well, guess what? Because you're already on your way. Because ever since you came here, there's been so much hype around you. They've been saying AJ Styles is the next big thing of this company, the next guy.
Who said that?
And they haven't been paying attention to me. All right? They made me waltz around as a superhero, teaming with a guy who was a ripoff Stone Cold Steve Austin dressed as Aquaman. And they put me in a boy band to dance around and sing. They're not giving Shane Helms he deserves. In a Clash of Champions, I change all of that when I take that Cruiserweight Championship from you. A little promo from Shane Helms. And in a superb match, Scott Hall defeats Mick Foley with a Razor's Edge following an interference from Stardust. Everyone's wondering, where is Six? Well, I'll show you, because right before Stardust interfered, Six as like comes out from the curtain and he's like battered and bloodied, and it's because Stardust attacked him ringside. Stardust, usually yellow and like golden face paint, is like there's red all over his face. He but it's not his blood, it's Six. He just destroys Six. And Scott Hall, he turns around and sees his former best friend all bloodied and battered, and you would think that would like throw him off a little bit, but it doesn't even faze him. Scott turns around and then goes for the Razor's Edge, but Mick Foley, he has the sock on, the mandible claws Scott, and Scott, it looks like he's going to pass out from this mandible claw. Stardust runs in to the ring, which, Mick Foley sees Stardust coming, so he releases Sacco, and he goes over. The ref is like, hey, Mick, I got it, and Mick takes the ref and throws him out of the way, and he goes for a mandible claw to Stardust. And Stardust, he's going for it, and Stardust is like, selling the mandible claw. Scott Hall then comes back up, grabs Mick, Razor's Edge, 1, 2, 3.
We move on. Oh boy. Oh,
we are here. Low D, Sick Boy. Low D says, "What's up? It's your boy Low D and the sickest boy in the game, Sick Boy.
Sick Boy."
Jericho and Ahmed, they cut a promo on Nitro, trying to plant seeds, trying to get in our heads. Well, guess what? You can't get in our heads because we've been preparing for this our entire lives. You see, you say, who's the better man of Sick Boy and Low D? Is it Sick Boy with his multiple television 24/7 championship reigns? Or is it Low D, who's been, as you said, pulling the weight the last couple of weeks? But guess what? We're not having those thoughts. You know why? Because a good tag team, they don't look at it that way. A good tag team doesn't look at themselves as which one's better. We're a unit. We're a team. We're not egos like you two. Ahmed, you were the leader of a great team called the Nation, and what happened to them? The second they no longer served you, you dropped them all. How's Stevie Ray doing? We don't even know where he is. Ron Killings, he's doing nothing. What happened to the rest of those guys? Remember when you had Ice Train? Remember when you had Big Daddy V? What's he doing? I haven't seen him since he was teaming with Butterbean a couple weeks ago, and that match sucked. Jericho, the former Universal Champion, Mr. Money in the Bank, another guy who led a faction. And that faction, we forget even existed because that faction sucked too. You two teamed because neither one of you can have a shot at the Universal Championship anymore. You teamed because you both had nothing better to do. We team because it's all we know how to do. So it doesn't matter what you guys say. You can't get into our heads. But the fact that you guys have to try to resort to breaking us up, to try to make one of us turn on the other, tells Low D that we're already in your heads. Because you know that at Clash of Champions, if you don't bring your A game, you're going to lose to Sick Boy and Low D. Let me tell you something. Your A game, you better bring your A plus game, because your best of the best isn't good enough. Because Sick Boy and Low D, we're going to become WCW Undisputed Tag Team Champions at Clash of Champions. Isn't that right, Sick Boy? Damn right. Good adding to the conversation, Sick. All right, now we see you at Clash of Champions.
Sick Boy.
Boy!
Main event.
Our main event. Yeah, so Paige and Sting, they're in the ring. Rob Van Dam comes out. Then you hear Taz's music hit. Taz, he just comes down to the ring, Crowd's like, oh, Taz, what's Taz? Taz is the mystery guy. And Taz just, Taz just immediately runs in, suplexes Diamond Dallas Page, suplexes Sting, and then the match starts. And in a superb match, Rob Van Dam and Taz defeat Diamond Dallas Page and Sting when Rob Van Dam pinned Diamond Dallas Page with a frog splash. So listen, Limitless. Listen, this is a shot across the bow. This is the first. This is the first piece of the resistance. This little win here tonight. What could this mean for both teams? Well, I'll tell you, Justin. It looks like there's about to be a big battle on our hands.
And that's Thunder. Ooh, an 83.
Got an 83.
I hate to see green numbers over there, Chad.
I kind of figured this wasn't going to do super great, but it's not getting 75s like the Thunder of old, so I'll take it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe Taz just isn't the draw you thought he was.
No, I think it was all of the lesser over guys that I gave a platform to today to wrestle. But hey, that's how you make stars, Justin. You have to build them up. I wouldn't expect you to understand that.
Are you kidding? Don't even. Don't even start. You've had the same main event scene this whole game. What are you talking about? Fuck you. We'll see you next week.